This is Witchspace News for Friday the 29th of March 2019. I'm Commander Buur. In this week's news, Operation Ida reaches the bubble, Canonn kicks off Operation Indy Croft, and the first great planetary expedition is underway. The extraordinary Herculean effort of the entirely player run Operation Ida has completed its work in the Pleiades Nebula and is now working in the bubble to bring stations damaged by Thargoid attack back online. As of Thursday morning server recycle this week, Copernicus Observatory in Asterope is back online, bringing the total individual stations repaired to 17. Of that 17, 3 were re-attacked and had to be brought back online all over again. For the uninitiated, when the Thargoids attack a station and leave it damaged and offline, huge quantities of goods and materials from an extensive shopping list have to be found or purchased and delivered to the station to be used in repairs. If they're not, the station simply remains unusable. In the words of Commander Zane Till from Operation Ida, it's not a glamorous job or even a profitable one. Nonetheless, the commanders of Operation Ida and its affiliate groups have stepped up and taken on the job. The Pleiades was a harsh environment for Ida operations. It's a long way from everything, and the transporting of goods oftentimes required long distance haulage in huge quantities. Two bedfellows that don't sit well together. Ida has now moved on to what it calls Chapter 2. They're targeting the numerous offline and burning stations in the bubble. Again, a huge task, but there's a wrinkle of hope in the road ahead. It seems that bubble based stations do not require quite the volumes of goods and materials that the remote outposts in the Pleiades needed, and also in the bubble the local shops are just around the corner, meaning the long range haulage woes of the past should be gone. If you're interested in helping Ida, there's links below to get you started. There's an experiment underway in the bubble this week to see if it's possible to inoculate space stations against Thargoid attack. Operation Indy Croft is an initiative being driven by the tinfoil obsessed biscuit munching boffins of Canonn research. It's been proven that Thargoids have a bad, almost allergic aversion to anything Guardian related. If you introduce a Guardian relic for example into one of the Thargoid planetary bases, the place quite literally goes bananas. To that end, Commander Del Monte of Canonn Research has hatched a plan to deliver huge quantities of the Guardian relics found at ancient Guardian sites to a station that is currently under threat from imminent Thargoid attack, and see if the mere presence of Guardian tech is able to drive off the alien menace before the attack. With the new targets for this week identified by the Eagle Eye network, the lab coated nerd herd has chosen the station of Sugano Ring in the Witu system as its first candidate for inoculation, and Canonn is asking that in order to test the theory, pilots deliver huge quantities of Guardian relics to the station but abstain from defending the system against Thargoid incursion. It's a bold plan. If it fails, yet another station would fall to the Thargoid advance, but if it succeeds, we may well have another weapon in the war with the green meanies that stops their assaults before they can even begin. There's a link in the description to get you started if you want to pitch in. And finally, as you may have already seen on the Buur Pit this week, the first great planetary expedition kicked off, and how. On Wednesday night, something in the region of 60 individual commanders descended on Bridger Port on the moon of Kume in the Chi Hercules system to form up and set off on Alec Turner's first great planetary expedition, massed SRVs driving round a planet, visiting beauty spots and points of interest along the way, and indulging in shenanigans. Lots of shenanigans. Think Distant Worlds 2 but lower to the dirt. The evening kicked off with a fairly unstructured race around a fixed track around the spaceport. There were no prizes for first place, however. You won just by taking part. After an hour of racing and so many shenanigans, oh so many shenanigans, the instance we were in formed up north of the base and headed off as one towards the first challenge, Mount Sentinel. We've plenty of footage from the evening that we're distilling down here at the Buur Pit to give a view on what happened during the evening, the first pieces of which, the racetrack event, are available now and should be linked on screen somewhere about, wait for it, now. Do give it a look. It was an incredible sight to behold. The fleet, if that's the right word, we need a collective noun for SRVs, are forming again on Saturday evening for more shenanigans in a crater somewhere on Kume. Can't wait. Nonsense is bound to happen. The whole expedition is expected to take about a month and passes both poles of the moon before returning to Bridger Pool. That's it for now. Remember, we have a very active and friendly community on our Discord server. This is also where we organise all our group and squadron events. There's usually some kind of nonsense in the planning or execution. It's a really welcoming environment. Please feel free to drop in and say hi and get involved. Thank you so much for making it this far. If you enjoy our content, then please hit like and subscribe. Remember to hit the little bell icon to get a notification next time we upload a new video. You can also find us on Twitter, Patreon, Facebook and Instagram. Links to all those are in the description below. We'll be back later this week with more videos. Until then, 07 Commanders, follow the greens on the way out and do keep clear of the toast rack. We very much look forward to seeing you next time.